Eva with National Speakers Association's New Mexico chapter, and I am super excited to introduce you to our next guest speaker, Mr. Mike Rayburn, CSP, CPAE. Mike is an American keynote artist who delivers his actionable content using guitar and comedy. Mike will be presenting at our next virtual meeting on Zoom on August 15th, and the meeting starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. Mike's experience as a speaker and performer is truly awe-inspiring. Listen to this. Mike has headlined his own show in Las Vegas and given over 5,000 performances. He has won many awards as an artist. He has given successful TED and TEDx talks. He has headlined Carnegie Hall many times, sharing the stage with the big shots such as Maroon 5, John Oates, and the Beach Boys. And he's a Hall of Fame speaker. Hi, Mike. Great to have you.
All right. Thank you, Ava. It's so great to be here. I appreciate it.
Mike, first off, is there anything I missed?
No, you said more than enough. I get embarrassed. You hear those things go by and it's like, well, okay. No, you said it wonderfully.
Listen, it's such an experience to be at the presence of somebody who has accomplished so much in life. We are all excited to hear you speak and learn from you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Now, Mike, how long have you been in the business of speaking?
I've been a professional speaker for 19 years. I started in 2001 at the National Conference for NSA in Dallas.
Oh, wow. What did you do before 2001?
I was a guitarist and comedian I paid for college that way, and then that was my career. But while I was a guitarist and comedian, people don't realize, they think that, just an entertainer, but I have a business. My degree is music business. So I took business. It's a business degree. And then before that, when I was in 11th grade, my dad gave me a book called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, which is about the power of the mind, the power of thought, the power of belief, the power of mindset. And so I got into that. That's pretty heady reading for 11th grade. And I got into it. And so I had that undercurrent of like personal development and just the power of thought and just and visualization and that sort of thing, all while I was being an entertainer. But my artist friends kind of didn't get that side of it. And so this business personal development side came out. And then in probably when I was about 39 years old, 40 years old, they sort of came together for me. And so I saw, when I joined NSA, I saw that I could do a keynote that no one else had done. I like to do things no one else has done. And so no one was delivering a true content-based keynote, but using guitar and comedy to deliver rather than PowerPoint and statistics. And so that's what I did.
Oh, wow. It definitely is a really unique way of doing a presentation. I've been to a lot of keynotes through my work in real estate, and I would actually love to see you present because I haven't in real life. But anyways, Mike,
yes.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What's the one problem speakers have that you will help solve during your presentation when you come to speak to us? Let's talk about that meeting for a little bit. What can you be speaking to us about?
I'll let you know what I'm speaking about, but there's sort of two sides to this. There's the ramp up to it, and then there's what I'm going to teach. And the ramp up to it is this. The first problem that I see is discouragement. I see speakers with valid reason. I mean, my schedule dried up, all of us had bookings and then we didn't. And it was like, well, what happened, right? And so we all got a chance to walk our talk and also to see if our talk was worth walking. That actually our tools and our business ideas and our personal development ideas, see if they actually work. And so what I want to do, the first thing I want to do is say that it is your job as a speaker to not be discouraged. It is your job to be a beacon of hope. And I don't mean that in a hokey way. I'm serious about this. The world has never needed what you and I do more than right now. Okay. Absolutely needs it. So let's get rid of the discouragement. Let's get rid of the negativity. Let's get rid of the pessimism. Open up the possibilities. Remember what you teach. Practice what you teach. Practice what you preach. And let's get started. That said, what I'm going to do is share strategies. Okay, some of you know my program, my presentation for years is called What If? What if we could do that? What would it look like? I know it's crazy, but what if we tried it? How would it work? It's tools for possibility thinking and for virtuoso performance. And that's what it's never been more valid than right now. However, when I went to all my clients who were like wanting to reschedule, you've all been through this, reschedule or put it off, someone had to cancel and everything. I went to them. They weren't saying, what if? They were saying, what now? What now? So I have revamped the program to address exactly what you need to do now as a speaker to revitalize your career, to offer what's necessary. I'll give you an example. I use guitar and comedy. I use entertainment to deliver my message. And although my content, I have high content, I have breakout sessions, I've written books, I've got, serious content. Sometimes people don't perceive me that way because I use guitar, and I've done a lot with that. Mm-hmm. Right now, it's really difficult to call it a keynote. What they want is training. What they want is workshops. So I'm delivering something similar, but I'm putting it in a different context, the context of a training, the context of a presentation instead of a keynote. So we need to talk about that and flesh that out and see what it means. Tools for getting bookings. And a lot of what we need right now as speakers looks like what we needed before. We just have to look at it in a new way, on a what now way. Does that make sense?
Oh, it totally makes sense. You maybe didn't notice, but I was already taking notes. I was like, whoa, these are brilliant ideas. Like for that Saturday morning. Wow, I love NSA, and I just love listening to different speakers. And you had some really great points just in this couple of minutes. I'm totally impressed.
Cool.
Now, a quick question, Mike.
Yes.
If you looking back on your career, what's the one thing you wish you had known back then when you just started out as a speaker? But you know now, but you look back was, man, if I had known this one thing, it would have made my life so much easier.
Two things. You said one thing. I'm going to tell you two, but they're kind of the same. Okay. Don't hold back, and consistency. Yeah. Don't hold back. Quit holding back. Quit being worried about risk. Take risks. Step out there, put it out there, try it, and consistency. There were times that I tried different avenues away from it, whereas had I focused completely on keynote and my content and working in that direction, I think I would be further along. I'm not worried about it. I love where I am right now. I genuinely do. There's not a person in this world I'd change places with. And that's, and I've watched 80% of my income will be gone this year.
Oh, wow.
So I'm with it. I'm with you guys. But I figured it out. I figured out how to keep moving. I'll tell you what I'm going to share. I'm going to share 3 points, and you can write these down. This is going to work for you, even if you don't. I mean, you want to come to the presentation.
I will be there for sure.
I went to my clients, from biomedical and healthcare clients. My number one sector is financial services. Okay. From credit unions to financial planners to the major Wells Fargo and the big boys. I went to, Orkin is a major client, educators, major clients. Okay. I went to all of them and I said, I wanted to study because they all had to know right away what's working and what's not. And after all the research, I some serious research. There's 3 things that are working. The people who are successful, and it works for speakers more than anybody. Number 1, they're discovering opportunities quickly, ones they didn't see before. And I have a tool to teach you to do that. Number 2, they change quickly. They're not taking a lot of time to think about. They change. They see the opportunity, they move. And number 3, they act decisively. They don't, mess around with it. Oh, I'm not sure. They move quickly. Some of them have made mistakes that way, but they make the mistake and they move on. Okay. So Number 1, discover opportunities. Number 2, change quickly. Number 3, act decisively.
Really great points. And yes, I did write those down. And finally, Mike, we like to ask this from all of our presenters to get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
If you had a magic wand, what would you have for dinner tonight?
If I had a magic wand, what would I have for dinner tonight? Sushi.
Really?
I love sushi. Sushi is
You
my favorite
do?
meal.
So what kind of
So
sushi do you like? Do you like the rolls? Do you like sashimi? Do you like nigiri?
I
What's
like,
your favorite?
yes, all of the above, but I would have a rainbow roll.
Oh,
Um, and I would have unagi, which is the eel, and which is
yes.
sort of cooked. I
Yeah.
would have, and I would start it off with a seaweed salad, and I would have, oh, and maybe some edamame just to, as a little snack. But so rainbow roll, unagi. I love white tuna, and uh, and I might, if I had enough room, I might get a little side of some teriyaki vegetables.
Oh, wow. Wow. You're definitely uh, a man after my liking. I
Oh,
love it.
really? So you like
Yes,
sushi?
you are.
Maybe,
I
maybe.
like mackerel. I like stinky fish, like stinky fish, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Yes. Yeah. Mackerel. That is one of them. Yes.
Yes.
Fish that smell like fish. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you, Mike, for this little teaser into our next meeting, which will be on August 15th. We're starting at 9 o'clock. If you are interested in signing up, if what you just heard, you think it might help your career, and maybe it's not in speaking, maybe it's in something else, but Mike
Sure.
shared with us are really universal if you think about it. Go to our website, NSA-NM.org, and sign up for our next meeting, which will be on August 15th. It's a Saturday, 9 o'clock in the morning. And Mike, it was such a pleasure meeting you. I'm so excited that we finally connected. And I will see you on August 15th.
Thank you, Ava. I can't wait to see you guys.